Hi, hello, and welcome to what is now round 21 of the weekend night racing series. And my name is Katie, 1997, commentating for you once again. If you remember my voice, the other race ago back in Brazil, be back in the commentary booth once again. I think this will be my last time as well for the season. Before the last race of the season, I'll be back racing again. If you remember, I was also racing last week in Canada. I was racing in the Alfa Romeo, even though that didn't go very well for me. But anyway, um, let's get to the main point, shall we? So, in the standings currently for the Premier League, Denzo has claimed the Premier League championship. So, big congratulations to him of winning the first ever Premier League championship. However, there is some drivers though that are in danger of being relegated for the championship next season, and that would be J Story, Woods V12, and Shaza. They need to get some pretty good results and outscore Sully and F1 Farth and Nightwing would probably be the closest drivers I would say to at least get close to get out of the danger zone. But anyway, also there is a fight for second place. Cowie and Sigi in the Ferrari and the Haas are battling out for second place. Currently, right now, down by is the gap between them is by 5 points, separating them, and then the battle for fourth is pretty close as well. 24 points separate between Serious Mushroom and Clarkey. And that would be Mushroom in the Alfa Romeo and Clarkey in the Williams. Rick Dalton's not too far away either. He's at 103 points at the moment in sixth place. So he's somewhat in the fight as well. And yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like at the moment. But yeah, pretty much the main story for that. This is just obviously J Story, Woods, and Shazza just need to get out of the relegation zone. Alright, so, looks like a few cars are on their outlaps at the moment. Yeah, so, we are in Melbourne at Albert Park. Of course, this is the, been home to the opening rounds of the Formula One calendar for almost 2 decades. It's not everyone's cup of track, but it's a pretty good track, I would say. It's a 3.2 mile circuit, 16 corners, 7 to the left, 9 to the right, with 3 DRS zones at the front straight, out of turn 2, and out of turn 12. So we'll follow along with the guy that's kind of been rotating with me in the commentary booth, Jake Wilson in the Renault. So he'll give us a lap of the track as he goes down the main straight and start his very first lap. And of course, it is a full quality session. Get more into that in detail at the moment, but as you can see, Jake Wilson getting through turns 1 and 2. Of course, that's a tight right-left chicane followed by the second DRS zone. And going into the area where Fernando Alonso had that horrendous crash in 2016 against Esteban Gutierrez, and into turn 4, right around the parking lot area, into turn 5, a little bit of a right-handed kink, rub that outside curve a little bit, and then go into what is turn 6 to 7, right-left sort of corner, and then I believe this is turn 8, if I'm not mistaken, and then turn 9 and 10, another right-left sort of corner on the far side of the lake. Now following this will be the end of the second sector going into the fastest chicane in the track, turns 11 and 12. Pretty much want to ride through 6th, 7th gear, but Jake goes in 6th gear, but this is the third DRS zone now into turn 13. Right along with the third gear, pretty nice there, and then into turn 14. Probably one of the trickiest areas I would say in terms of a fast corner, and then into the hard break is into turn 15. And then final corner, turn 16. Might want to lift just a little bit there. Jake goes into 4th gear, which is actually, unless he goes in 3rd. But anyways, he comes across the line now and sets a 1:22.1 to begin his qualifying session. So, if you are new to this, it is a full qualifying session, like I said earlier. It is 18 minutes for Q1, Q2 15 minutes, and Q3 is 12 minutes. As you can see, Sigi and Liam have done their laps. Sigi sets a 120.6. Liam does a 121.1. And then, of course, if you make it past the top 15, you make it through to Q2, or to Q2. And if you make the top 10, you go into Q3. If you get into Q2, however, like if you get in the top 10, you have to start on the compound tire that you did your qualifying time on in that session. And that's pretty much the little story there. And there's Jay's story. He did his lap as well, 122.4, and then Menace Max in the Alfa Romeo, 121.8. In Alpha C, it's kind of been rotated a little bit, though, as I think if I remember correctly, Walker, who was, I think, the previous Alfa Romeo driver that I also replaced, is not racing. I don't think he's racing the league anymore, if I'm correct, but Swan Shanks in the Alpha Tauri has done a 123.0. So that's 6 cars that have done their laps. And here comes I Am Sloth in the McLaren, as he'll set a 125.6. Next to come is, looks like, oh, never mind. I was going to say TG Sean, but he's not, so we'll take that back. But anyway, so yeah, 7 cars have done their laps, and right now the pole time is a 1:20.6, but I expect the times to go a little bit quicker as we go later into the session. I probably would expect pole to be somewhere in the 119s. As you can actually go faster around here in Melbourne. I would be surprised though if we actually see a 1:18 lap, but we'll see how it goes. But this track though, I would say might be is okay on tires. It's just like the hard tires though, if you're doing like a one-stop strategy, is not the greatest. So that's going to be something that the drivers will have to think about in terms of, like, do they want to start on mediums but have to risk trying to warm up their tires as quickly as possible, or do they want to have to grip right away? As, oh, Tango is retired from the session. That's one of the quick drivers in this. Oh, where is he? Oh, he's crashed at the, oh dear. Oh, so he's crashed near the parking lot at turn 4. Wow, so he crashes before he even sets a lap time. So, wow, that's unfortunate for Tango. So he will not be able to set a qualifying lap and have to start from dead last, from the way it looks. Alright, so we'll follow along with Clarky as he set a purple first sector, and let's see what he does in the middle sector. He's also purple in this middle sector, so he's flying at the moment. Maybe this could be the lap where we see a 119 crack into the board. He comes around turn 15, and of course we got 2 more corners left around for him to go. I think this could be maybe a 119, but we'll see. He kind of got a little bit squirrely there at the end of the quarter. He looks like yep, there it is, 119.5. So there is your first 119 on the board, set by Clarky F1 in the Williams. So that is now 8 drivers that have done their qualifying runs so far. And I think we'll follow along. Oh, never mind. I thought the champion, Idenzo, was going on a lap, but never mind. It was Cowie. Misread that, but looks like he's invalidated, so he'll have to try his lap again. So, Chaza in the other Williams. Let's see what he can do as he's coming through the sector. I think he's a little bit of a second. Oh! Okay, well, I guess there might be a bit of a lag spike with him. Because I thought he went off to the gravel, but apparently he's not. He seems to be doing fine. But anyway, I was saying that he looks like to be at least a second off of his teammate. Yeah, even with right on the grass, that's not going to help him out either. As he comes around the funnel. Okay, there has to be some sort of a glitch because it says he's a minute. Okay, now he's left. Okay. Yeah, I figured there was something wrong. Let's see, who can we follow along real quickly? I guess we just follow. Well, we got, I think, who was that? The other Alpha Romeo. I thought, oh, that was Serious Mushroom. Yeah, I figured he was ahead of him, so of Jake, so we'll just follow along with Serious Mushrooms. He's going to set his lap time, and I think he's a bit off the pace a little bit. Yeah, he's at 49.0. I think what Clarky did was like a 47.8 in the middle sector, so he's a little bit off, probably by like 1.3 seconds, if I remember correctly. So Mushroom's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit, but he will have enough, it looks like, to at least be like somewhere in the middle, I would think. Towards the final corner now. I think this time's going to be at least a 121, and, oh, never mind, it's a 122, 122.0, as Jake follows along with a 121.8 to beat him up. So he goes into 7th, Mushroom goes into 8th. And we'll follow Jake Bradfield as, yeah, he's also off in the middle sector as well, so, but he could match his teammates. Oh, that's not going to help him either. Goes very wide at the final corner, so that compromised him, and he would have done a 120.9 actually. Even with that little mistake, that's actually not bad. And here comes Cowie to come across, and a 120. Oh, didn't register. It wasn't out loud. Oh yeah, I forgot he was invalidated. My bad. All right, so he's doing his lap again, the way it looks. Alright, so here comes Woods V12 in the Red Bull. He is very off. So he's probably going to be setting like a 130, 130.4. But you have to try that a lap again because that's not going to get him safe. Here goes Serious Mushroom again. And let's see what he does this time. Will he improve that 122.0? And he does. Just only by 0.2. Goes into the 121.8. But Clarky, though, so far has got a very solid qualifying run with a 119.5, separated by nearly over a second from Sigi. As Chaza, well, seems like he's having a little bit of connection issues in the way it looks. I can't really do anything about that because I don't have him on my friends list, unfortunately. Sorry, but anyway, here comes Cowie, and he's going to be, looks like in the 120s. Yep, 120.7. So it's just a 10th off of his rival Sigi, if that's how you say his name. But yeah, right now is sitting in 3rd place at the moment. Alright, Chaz is back again. So hopefully he has his internet somewhat settled. Anyways, he'll follow along with Rick Dalton in the Mercedes-Benz. So far, everyone's just doing soft runs. That doesn't surprise me at all. Of course, in this game, you can start off with... Oh, wow, that's a lot of cut on the corner. I thought that was going to be validated. I'm surprised he got away with it. But, no, he seems to be doing all right, Rick Dalton. Coming around the final corner now. And maybe it'll be close to 119. Oh, nope, it's a 120.4. So he sets himself into 2nd place. So a good run there by the Mercedes-Benz. But, no, what I was saying is that if you want to know, like, how many sets of tires they have, so, like, they have 3 sets of soft tires and then a medium set. But if you do make it to Q3, they give you an extra set of soft tires as well. So it doesn't surprise me to see like a bunch of the drivers going on the same laps over and over again. They probably had like a lot of fuel in their car as well. So we have yet to see who just did their lap there. Oh, that must have been, who was that? That just came across the line. I think that might have been Sloth. I think he just improved to a 120.8, so yeah, that puts him into 6th place. What was it they... Yeah, I was just making sure. But yeah, we have to see Jay Bradfield, Idenzo, Dan Murphy, F1 Farth, and Shaza to do at least a lap on the board, and they have 4 minutes left to do it in the qualifying session. Yep, You know, Tango's out, so he'll be starting from last because he crashed out of turn 4. Can't be a bit. That is a bit of a. It is also very heartbreaking too. I know how that feeling is. And now Sleet has retired from the session as well, so he'll looks like to be safe going into Q2, I think. So you won't have to worry about that. And Raphael just lets Sloth by. I don't think he's on a flying lap. I think he might be going to the pits. Yeah, he just went in the pits. So Jake Raffield's going to do his lap again. I don't know if he put much fuel in the car. He must have put quite a bit of fuel, just in case if he does invalidate. I know this corner is very easy to mess up, turns 1 and 2. It's a very weird corner because you have to get really good exit speed out of there. If you don't, then your run is just completely gone. Oh, Dan Murphy's retired as well. So 2 drivers don't even set a qualifying lap at all. Alright, so that's confirmed that Tango and Dan Murphy are out of Q1. So we'll follow on with Jake Bradfield then, as he's the only one right now in danger of being out of Q1. But he needs to get to at least a 123.0 to at least be safe. And he's got a purple middle sector, so he's doing a pretty stellar lap. It looks like he could be somewhere in the mid-table. And then now you have Idenzo also in front of him, or actually behind him, I should say. Going to be doing his lap very soon as well, the current champion of the Premier League. Alright, so here comes Jake Bradfield around the final corner now. Down the front straight, and I think this should be at least in the 120s, and it is. 120.5 puts him into 3rd place, so he is definitely safe from being relegated from Q1 for sure. And we'll follow on with, oh, well, that's not going to help him. I was going to say let's follow on with Idenza, but as soon as I got onto him, he invalidates his lap time. But hopefully he has enough fuel to get back to do another lap. He's got 1.5 minutes left to do it. That's plenty of time. As long as he's got fuel. But F1 Farth, oh, well, apparently he must have validated as well, so he has to do his lap again. And, okay. So when I click on Shazza, like, okay, you probably saw that. So, like, when I went to the outside camera to be on Shazza, apparently it went to the pit lane cameras. As Sean is retired from the session, but he is safe from Q1. Meanwhile, we'll follow along with the AlphaTauri of F1 Farth. He's got a purple middle sector as well. So, oh! Tank slapper there at the end of the turn 12. Of course, turn 12 has had some moments there in real life. Timo Glock comes to mind, 2008, when he went very wide and slammed very hard onto the ground after being lifted up in the air. As Chaz has left the session again, so he's not going to have time to do another lap. But in the meantime, we'll see F1 Farth come around the final corner and come down the main straight and set a 120.8, so he is safe. And in danger right now is Jake Wilson, so he has to do a really good time in order to get out of Q1. Juan Shanks doesn't look like he'll be doing a lap at all, so he's definitely in danger. But meanwhile, Idenzo has got a purple first sector, so he's doing all right at the moment. Of course, the Premier League champion, one of the fastest drivers in the grid as well. A little bit of a luck up there as well. That might have compromised him just a little bit. We always see him go into the 119 as well. We saw Cloggy do it a little while ago. And yeah, he's got a purple second sector as well. So he's definitely in line to get at least into the 119s. Into turn 13 he goes. And it looks like he got the corner just right there as well. 3 more corners left. As long as he keeps it clean, does not go wide, he will be safe. And I think it looks like he will be. Alright, comes around the final corner now. Idenzo will come across and do a 119.4. So it goes a 10th quicker than Clarky does. And that means also Jake Wilson, Swanshanks, Tango, Dan Murphy, and Shazar are out of Q1. And Jay Story, the man that's been in danger of being in relegation, is safe to go on to Q2. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think everyone that's in danger of being relegated is safe into Q1, going into Q2. So I think that's the end as well. Oh yeah, apparently I didn't catch that. So Jake Wilson did crash as well. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I just didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, I did see Jake crash at turn 12. I just forgot to mention that. But it doesn't matter. He is safe from Q1. He can go through. But yeah, the only one that's not safe out of the guys that are in danger of being relegated is Shaza, but he also was suffering through connection issues. But two drivers only got into the 119s, Idenzo and Clarky. So it's going to be pretty interesting when we go more into this qualifying session. But yeah, again, who are in, or not in, but out of Q1 is Jake Wilson, Swanshanks, Tango, Dan Murphy, and Shaza are out of Q1. Actually, I think Jay Story might be as well. No, I thought it was the top 5th. I thought someone that was 15th got to go through. Unless I'm wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's the drivers that are out of Q1. So now we move on into Q2. Yeah, I was just mentioning about that, Jay Story. Oh, okay. Oh, top 14. I thought it was the top 15. Because, okay. Alright, so the 14 drivers remaining is Jay Bradfield, Idenzo, Sigi, Cowie, F1 Farth, I Am Sloth, Britt Dalton, Serious Mushroom, Clarky, Liam, Woods, Menace Max, TG Sean, and now let's see. Oops. I don't mute him for a minute. Oh, Serious Mushroom's not in the session. Huh. Okay. Great camera angles, by the way, Codemasters. I really like that. I love seeing the main grand without the cars in the picture. Thank you. Right. So we only got 2 cars on track at the moment. Sean and Nelsie. Chaza won't let me join back. I don't know what's going on. You might have to look at your internet, man. But I don't have you on my friends list, so there's like literally nothing I can do. I think Jake could help you with that. I mean, it shows us he's out of Q1. Anyway, oh yeah, I forgot. Let me put on the tires real quick. So the guys are on their outlaps at the moment. Sean and Nelsie are on the softs. Clarky and Liam are the only ones on the mediums. They're out on the mediums. Of course, the guys that are in the pits right now, you see Woods, F1 Farth, and Sigi are also on the mediums as well. But we'll follow along with Sean as he's the first one to come across and start his first flying lap in Q2. Very lucky, though, not to get invalidated because he went a little bit too much curve out of turn 2. But now comes down the straight, the second DRS straight. Oh, let me put up the telemetry too. I forgot about that. Yep, and coming towards the right-hand king to turn 5. Very solid through there. That's what I'm saying. Listening to Woods at every corner. Oh, I have him muted. I just don't want to get him distracted either. I bet the moaning is pretty funny. Anyway, Sean coming towards the turns 11 and 12. Purple, but of course he is the first one out as well. There you go. Forgot about the lap data as well. As he's coming out towards turns 13 and 14. So he's pretty much just looking to start on the soft compound tire into the race. A little bit of a slide there at the end of turn 15. That might not help him out there, but it looks like he'll come across, and I think he'll do at least a one. Oh, slow down. Okay. Well, I think. I bet I know the reason why. Obviously, because he doesn't want to start on the soft compound tires. He probably wants to start on the mediums. Probably just wanted to get a warm-up lap going or something. Totally understandable. I've done that before as well. I think I saw Jake Bradfield came across, but I don't think he had a valid lap, so that's why he didn't have a lap time on the board. But anyway, here comes Clarky. As you saw earlier, he did a 1:19.5. One of the only 2 drivers to crack into the 1:19s. He's coming around the final couple of corners now. And he looks to be starting on the medium compound tire. So he's looking to at least go on a medium to hard strategy, which is a good strategy if you're doing at least a one-stop around Australia, as he does a 1:20.6 on the mediums. Good lap there nonetheless. And I don't know why it says Menace Max is on the soft, but he's running on the medium compound. There we go. I forgot it said it was on what he was best at, not fitted currently. Anyway, here comes Woods. Oh, a little bit wide there, kicked up a little bit of dirt. So this might not be the greatest of time. Oh, that made it even worse. Yeah, that didn't help at all. Goes very wide at the end of the corner. Has too much on the throttle and hits the pit lane wall, so he's going to have to get back on with damage, and probably won't have to go on again on those mediums because he might have ruined them. Anyway, let me see what we can find. Let's go along with Cowie in the Ferrari. And he's going to be doing his lap on the soft compound tire, so that's a little bit interesting. Purple on the middle sector, so he's doing pretty decent. Very nice through there. Turns 11 and 12. And he's also in has my number on as well. That's also my racing number, number 13. Consider that to be my lucky number, of course. But anyway, oh, well, that wasn't too much luck there. As he also messed up his lap a little bit, but I don't think it'll affect him too much. Goes into the 120s with a 120.7, but off of a 10th from Clarky's medium run. But I think Cowie would have done a better time than that. He just messed up quite a bit. Anyway, we'll follow along with I Am Sloth in the McLaren. A couple of corners now, and we'll see what he can do. The fastest time right now is a 120.6 on the medium, set by Clarky. What can Sloth do in the McLaren? He does a 121.5, so he's nearly a second slower than Clarky's medium time. But still a pretty decent lap. Puts him into 4th at the moment. Let's see. Now let's follow along with. I'm trying to follow along. Let's follow along with C in the Haas. So he's coming for the second sector now. He's purple in the second sector as well. So he's looking like time to be in the 120s. Of course, he was one of the championship contenders as well, who was fighting against Idenzo. Oh, no, he was also the 13 car as well. 2 number 13s. As he coming towards the final couple of corners now down the main straight. And it looks like it will be a 121.4. And also F1 Fourth comes by with a 121.4 as well. But only down by 0.02 of a second between him and Sloth. Oh no, sorry, Sigi, excuse me. And we'll follow on with Liam, as he's going to be doing his lap next to cross the line in the Ferrari. And I think this will be a 121 as well. 121.480. So that puts him into 6th. And we have yet to see at least Idenzo, Rick Dalton, Woods, Menace Max, and Nowsy to do their laps. Now this guy might be the challenger to Clarky and Idenzo. Rick Dalton, who was pretty quick in Q1. What can he do in Q2? Comes around the final couple of corners now, and he will set a 121.0. So he's just about 0.4 off of Clarky, but still a good time from the Mercedes. And Sean doing his lap as well, but it looks like he's a little bit too far down, I would say, from his time, so I don't think he's going to improve that at all. He might be on a cooldown from the way it looks, but, there's Woods. He's about to get started on his lap now. Who's the other one coming across the line? I can see someone else coming across. Oh, it's just Sean. Alright, anyway, we'll follow on with Woods. Oh yeah, also if you just tuned in, Serious Mushroom is out of the qualifying session. I don't know what happened to him. I don't think I saw him go on track. But yeah, he is out of Q2, so he will have to start from 14th. But in the meantime, we have yet to see Denzo, Woods, Menace Max, and Nowsy do their laps. And only the top 10 can move on to Q3. I thought it was originally supposed to be the top 15, but I'm guessing there might have been a timing glitch somewhere. But anyway, Woods is up. Well, he was up, and then he spins around. Rubbing too much curve at the end of turn 12. That is a corner that you can actually lose the car. But unfortunately, that might have ruined his lap completely. But he's still got time to at least get a lap on the board, but he's going to have to get back to the pits quickly. Anyway, we'll follow on with Jay Bradfield then instead, as he's up by 2.5 tenths. So he's doing pretty decent right now. This could be a time into the 120s from the way it looks, and maybe snatch pole in Q2. But he is on the soft compound tire to do it. Alright. Towards the second to last corner, now the final corner now. And it looks like it will be in the 120s, and it will be a 120.5, and it is pole at the moment. So, a good time for Jay Bradfield, but he is definitely safe from the way it looks, and probably will be through into Q3. But we have yet to see 4 drivers do a lap time. Anyway, there is Menace Max YouTube in the Alfa Romeo, getting ready for his lap right now. Oh. Okay. Sorry, Clarky. I just thought it because it was a game. It like didn't really mean anything. I never like had to like crash. I never crashed out of qualifying sessions. So that's why I didn't know. I thought it was just because it's the game. It didn't really matter. Like it was you still go through. All right, and I mean that would make more sense. My apologies. Anyways, Menace Max hasn't validated his lap time, so he's gonna have to try his lap again. Let's see. We'll follow along with Liam. I think he's the closest, or is it oh, it's his teammate Cowie. Never mind, in the other Ferrari. That's the closest to be doing a lap right now. So let's see. I think it showed that he was purple in the second sector. So what can he do when he comes across the line? Maybe we can see something close to a 119. Oh, nope, he is not. A 120.2. Just a little bit off from going to the 119, but still a good time. But yeah, he is definitely safe. Anyway, here comes his teammate Liam. Comes around the foul point now. He just needs to get into the 120.2 to beat his teammate. He just gets into the 120s, but a 120.6 is the fastest time he can do. But I think at the moment he'll definitely be safe. Moving on into Q3. And here comes the reigning champion, Idenzo, doing ready for his lap right now in the Racing Point on the mediums. So he's looking to do a strap strategy, like a few others on here as well. Woods is doing his lap right now, and I think we saw a change. And yeah, I am Swat that just did a faster time, but 120.2, but just a little off from Cali. Alright, so we'll follow along with the reigning champion. See what he can do. He's on the medium compound tire. And right now he's at a 48.5, so he's not on a full time. That's not going to help him out much either, as he goes very wide into the last corner, or not the last corner, out of turn 12. He's got yellow flag on him, so a little bit of traffic there. It looks like a Ferrari, but won't compromise him. I don't think it's going to be much perfect, but I think he'll get him safe as he comes around the final corner now and goes down the main straight and does a 120.8. So he's just 2/10 off of what Clarky did on the medium, but still a good time, and I think he'll definitely be safe. Menace Max comes across and does a... Oh, wait, who was that just came across the line? Never mind. Well, anyways, I did see Menace Max at 121.5. Here comes Sean, does a 120.4. Puts him into third. And I think that's the end of his qualifying. Sloth is done with his qualifying as well. And I think everyone's done their laps. So the drivers that are out of Q2 is Nelsy, F1 Fourth, Menace Max, and Serious Mushroom. So, Mushroom's having a little bit of issues, I guess, trying to get Shazza into the session. Huh. He must be having some kind of internet issue, is what I'm assuming. Hopefully he gets back to us soon. Excuse me, before the race. Alright, so anyway, yeah. Just to recap who is out, it is Nelsy, F1 Fourth, Menace Max, and Serious Mushroom. And then, my mistake though, J-Story, even though he did qualify in 15, if you do crash, you can't, like, participate in Q2 because you can't rebuild the car. So based off of real life. I just didn't know that. But anyway, Cowie, Sloth, Siege, Sean, Bradfield, Clarkey, Liam, Denzo, Woods, and Rick Dalton are safe to move on into Q3. And Rick Dalton, Denzo, and Clarkey are going to be starting on the medium compound tires for the race. Right, so now we move on to Q3, and this is where now you have an extra set of soft compound tires that you can use. And pretty much now you can just go flat out and do the best you can. And they have 12 minutes to do that as well, so. It looks like we're getting someone out already. 2 cars already out coming already. Oh, Idenzo's out. What? Oh, yeah, I forgot he has a Q3 ban. That's right. For an incident that he got involved in Canada. Okay, that might explain. That might explain why. Okay. Maybe Mushroom must have had like a Q2 ban or something. That's probably why he didn't drive out. Huh, interesting. Thanks, Codemasters, for that lovely camera angle of the stands again. I really appreciate that. So useless. Right, so Idenzo is going to be starting from 10th from the way it looks. And right now out on the track is Jay Bradfield, Siege, Rick Dalton, Clarkey, and Liam doing their outlaps at the very moment. So Clarkey has a chance to get pole if he can. He did set a 1:19.5 if you remember in Q1, but was the second quickest out of the grid. So we'll see what he can do. But don't count out Rick Dalton either. I see him get really close. I am projecting him to be pretty close to be somewhere in the top 3 for Q3. Let's see how it goes as we get ready for the first flying lap of Q3. I'll follow along with Clarkey, F1, and let me get the telemetry up as well. Forgot about that again. There you go. So, like I said, they have 1 extra set of soft tires they can use. I think the majority of them might have like 2 sets of softs that they can use in qualifying, so we'll see if they do very well here. As you see, Clark gets a purple first sector already. Of course, he is the first one out. We'll see if Rick Dalton can match that. He's also purple in the first sector as well, so he's a little bit up. We'll see how that goes as Clarkey gets to the second sector now. It's at the 47.7, so he's in route to being the one. I can touch my voice. Is in the 119s at the moment. It looks like to be set in the 119s as long as he can keep the lap clean. Just a couple more corners to go. We'll see what the statement lap will be. Yellow in the third sector. Looks like a Ferrari. And the way it looks is slowing down, but here comes Clarkey. Oh, 119.1. Wow, that is absolutely epic time by the Williams. Just 2/10 off of doing a 118. Rick Dalton does a 120.0, and Jay Bradfield a 120.9. When I said that said to do a statement lap, that's a statement lap. My goodness. A 119.1 on your very first lap in Q3 is absolutely amazing. Anyways, we'll follow along with Sloth and see what he can do. Let's see, he's at a 48.5, so he's a little bit off in the middle sector. Yeah, so the goal is to get a 119.1, but I don't know if anyone's going to reach it. That's a big time to get. I'm I know the quickest I could probably do is like in the mid 119s, but definitely not in the low 119s. That's absolutely crazy. As he comes around the corner, Sloth does a 120.5. And Sigi is invalidated, so he has to try again. And Sean right now a 48.8 in the middle sector. So he will probably be looking like it to be in the 121, I think. And it is a 121.1. Right, so now what's going to probably be coming to the pits now, obviously. So we'll see if maybe Clarky can go out and maybe improve that time. Or will he, will he be confident enough maybe to the fact that he doesn't need to run another lap, because that is an absolutely brilliant lap. 119.1, absolutely amazing. Cowie coming to the first sector. He's in purple at the moment. So as long as he can keep this clean, he can probably get somewhere maybe above, if not close, to Clarky. Coming towards the second sector now into turns 9 and 10. I think he might have touched a little bit of the outside wall there on the near the far side of the lake. Yeah, that might have cost him a little bit there. He's at a 48.5. Oh, that's also not terrible either. Had to oversteer, had to countersteer at the end of the corner. But this could be a time maybe that gets him maybe close to, I want to say, between third and second. If he could try to get at least into the 120s as he comes around the final turn. DRS open, and it looks like yet to be a 120, but what will it be? A 120.7. So he goes into fourth. Just a little bit above Jay Bradfield. Meanwhile, we'll follow along with Liam and the other Ferrari. Oh, well, that did not help him at all. Just had to oversteer there a little bit at the end of the corner of turn 4. So that definitely affected him quite a bit. He did lose like nearly a second out of that first sector compared to Clarky. Let's see what he can do in the middle sector, though. He probably will be somewhere like in the 48s. Yep, 48.7 in the middle sector. Of course, it says it's purple, but that's obviously the glitch from Codemasters. I know he's off of call at the moment. That's a lot of that grass. I'm surprised they didn't get validated for it. Normally when someone does that, it usually means that they get validated, but he got a little bit lucky, I'd say. Anyway, we'll see what he does around the final corner now. In that Ferrari, DRS wide open. And it looks like to be maybe in the 120s, and 120.7, just a little bit above Jay Bradfield. But also below Cowie. And apparently I did not notice this, but Cowie is also retired from the session as well. Yeah, thank you, Jake. I was just saying that. Yeah, apparently he crashed. I just did not even catch that. So yeah, he's out of qualifying. Oh, he crashed in turn 12. Okay, yep, that's where you're going to see a lot of those crashes, I assume. Hopefully we won't see too many of those in this race today. A 48.0 for Rick Dalton. So he's a little bit off of Clarky's time, but not too far off. I think if I remember correctly, his middle sector time was like a 47.7. Alright, so we'll see what he does in the final couple of corners now in the final sector. He has to be a 119.1 in order to get pole position. And he's going to come across the line now and does a 119.7. A good time, but that still remains, he still remains in second at the very moment, but still a good time. He's still got plenty of time to at least do maybe another lap, if he can. And I think Woods just did his lap as well, 120.9, so that puts him into 7th. And now here comes Sigi. As he's really down from this time, so he might have messed up somewhere. He should have enough fuel. Yeah, I think he has enough fuel to at least do another lap, so He's going to give it one more shot. I think this should be his final lap if he can get this clean. He did a 131.2. Obviously, there was some hiccups there. But that one wasn't a hiccup there. Out of the first couple of corners there, got a little bit more momentum out of turns 1 and 2. Now into turn 3. A little bit tight there on the apex. Very nicely indeed. I think in the first sector you have to be somewhere like in the 26s if you want to get purple, and he's in a 26.3, so he's completely up from his time. I'm guessing he must have invalidated somewhere in the second sector. Maybe turn 1 and 12 would be a good guess. And yeah, thanks for pointing that out too, Jake. Yeah, 1/1000th of a second separate between Jake Bradfield and Woods, at the very least. But let's see what Sigi can do as it's coming around the final couple of corners now. 1:19.1 is the time to beat. Clarky is out on an outlap at the moment, so he's going to do one more lap before the end of the qualifying session. So here comes Sigi towards the line now, and he will do a 1:19.9. So 2/10 off of Rick Dalton. So that puts him into 3rd place. But a good lap nonetheless from the Haas. After having a little bit of a hiccup from his last lap. Meanwhile, here comes Jake Bradfield. Coming around turns 14 and now into turn 15. Right now sits at a 1:20.9. If he wants to get at least top 5, he needs to get up to a 1:20.7. Only down by 2/10 from the top 5, and he will go into 4th with a 1:20.4. So he is right now in 4th place at the very moment. And I think that's also the end of the qualifying session for Sigi, Jay Bradfield, and we got Sloth doing his lap right now in the McLaren. So right now he just needs to get at least, if he wants to get at least into the top 4, in 4th place, he needs to be a 1:20.4. He's up by 3/10 in the first sector, so he's looking pretty good. Clock is struck 0, so this is pretty much everyone's last chance to do a time to at least improve. Let's see, Sloth's time. Let's see what it can be in the middle section. He's up by over 4.5 So he's doing pretty decent at the very moment. So this could be a time maybe that we could see him go into 3rd if he can keep it clean. Around the final couple of corners now. He's sitting at 5th place, and 1:20.5 is his time. Rounding the final corner. Kicks up very nicely indeed. And what will it be? Is it going to be a 1:19? 1:19.915. Beats him by 40/100ths of a second. Nearly 40/100ths of a second. And excuse me, not Idenzo. Clarky improves even more with a 1:18.8. Wow. Absolutely amazing time by Clarky. And that is the end of the qualifying session as well. Clarky, with nearly a second separate between him and Rick Dalton, is on pole position in the Williams. Absolutely amazing. I haven't seen anyone crack into the 1:18s in my time of commentating, at least in Australia, but wow, absolutely amazing. 1:18.8, nearly a second quicker than Rick Dalton. Amazing. But yeah, Clarky, pole position for the Williams. Rick Dalton is in 2nd, followed by I Am Sloth in 3rd, Sigi in 4th, Liam in 5th, and then Sean in 6th, Jay Bradfield in 7th, Calvi in 8th, Woods in 9th, and Idenzo had a quality 3 ban. Will have to start in 10th place. but will be on the medium compound tires. Wow. Yeah, that's literally the first time I've ever seen anyone in like league commentating to crack into the 118s. That's absolutely amazing. That absolutely blistering time by Clarky. Round of applause. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask what the weather report was going to be. Well, it looks like it's cloudy, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be cloudy from the rest of the race from the way it looks. So yeah. All right, so we got the 20 cars lined up at the grid, and we shall get going. Ah, thank you, Clarky. Yep, drive for the race. I figured that's what it was. All right, so we'll wait till all the drivers get their strategies all set to go, and we will get ready for the race around Melbourne. I believe this is, if I'm not mistaken, 28 laps, if I remember correctly, for a 50% race around Melbourne. So I think everyone's all good to go. Oh, well, maybe not everyone. Apparently Jake Wilson's having a little bit of an issue. Oh, there we go. Nope, never mind. He's fine. Good. Oh, no, it's 29 laps. Okay. So, yeah, there's your predicted pit strategy. If you're on the mediums, you go medium to hard. I probably would assume that the game would give you for soft runners would be a two-stop strategy, maybe a one-stop. But I think the two-stop would be more eligible. You can go to the softs to the mediums in this track, but it's a very big risk if you do that. So yeah, only 3 in the top 10 are starting on the medium compound tires. We'll run you through the order real fast. So Clarky, who said a very quick time of a 1:18.820, is on pole position, along with Rick Dalton in second place. I am in third, with CE in fourth, Liam in fifth, Sean in sixth, Jake Bradfield, who had a pretty decent qualifying session, will be in seventh. Cowie, one of the championship runners, did not have the best of qualifying sessions. We'll start in eighth. Woods in ninth. Idenzo, the reigning champion, who had a Q3 ban, will start in 10th. Nalsi in 11th. F1 4th and 12th. Menace Max in 13th. Series Mushroom in 14th. Jay Story, who couldn't participate in Q2 because of a crash he had in Q1, will have to start in 15th. Jake Wilson will start in 16th. Swan Shanks in 17th. Tango in 18th. Dan Murphy in 19th. And Chaz rounds off the rest of the grid. Now, as far as the tires go, like I said, top 3 are on the medium compound tires. Then you have Nalzi, F1 4th, Menace Max, and then Swan Shanks and Dan Murphy on the medium compound tires, and then Tango and Jake on the hard compound tires. So they're going to try to go as long as they possibly can. Otherwise, the rest of the grid are on the soft compound tires. And the lead runner for that would be Sloth, who is positioned in third. Right, so here we go. This is the penultimate round of the championship. We have already had a championship crown, but we still have some things left on the table. There was one thing I forgot to discuss was the construction, but we'll probably go over that later on. But in the meantime, here we go. 5 red lights, 29 laps around Melbourne. And it's lights out, and away we go. Clarky looks like to have a pretty decent start off the line. Looks like rain damage already by the time we get to the first corner. It looks like Clarky's got the better entry into turn 1, and he's ahead. And it looks like, oh, a Ferrari's off. It looks like, I think that's Liam. Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah, looks like Liam might have had some damage, and looks like a little bit of ghosting on my part. It looks like Gomez is having a little bit of things again. But it is Clarky right now that leads Rick Dalton, and then right behind him is I Am Slot, right behind him is the Soft Knockout Tires. The top two, as I mentioned, are on the mediums. A little bit of shove there from Sean as he's trying to get around the outside into the far side of the lake, ahead of the Ferrari of Cowie. And I think he's got ahead of him, and he does get ahead of him. Now into turns 11 and 12 we go. Clarky right now in the lead from Rick Dalton to Slot, Seagy, Sean, Cowie. Denzo has moved up 3 places after starting from 10th in the grid. Barnes at start has gone up at least a couple of positions from, I think he was at 11th up into 9th, so he's up to a pretty decent start as well. Jay Story, who was in 15th, is up into 11th, so he's doing pretty decent at the moment. And right now, as they come across the line now, Clarky looks like to have a pretty stellar gap of 0.8 of a second between him and Mercedes Rick Dalton. But yeah, there were some bodywork that came off of a couple of cars. Like, I've never seen Liam's car that had some damage, and yeah, Tango as well, that got collected in that little bit of a carnage there, and before even getting into the first corner. Yeah, it looks like everyone's going single file at the very moment, so doing relatively okay at the very moment. But yeah, it looks like the Clarky and Rick Dalton pulled away just slightly. Clarky trying to pull away as much as he can from Rick Dalton. A little bit of grass there going into turn 9. Yeah, pretty much everyone's going away. Pretty much close to each other here. Not too much separation between almost the rest of the field. As Schwarzenegger has gone ahead of Shaza up into 17th place. And there's a spin. It's the championship champion, or Premier League champion, I should say. Denzo has spun around at turn 12. He must have run too much curve there. I almost said the championship leader, but he already claimed the championships for the Premier League last week. Anyway, Clarky is out of DRS range with Rick Dalton. Well, just slightly though. He's trying to, let's say it was at 1.1 seconds at one point. Now it's 9/10 of a second between him and Clarky. F1 Clark already gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings by the time we get into the third lap. Clarky had a little bit of a tail happy spin, half spin there. Probably the rears are still a little bit cold. He needs to get them warmed up a little bit. And yes, DRS is also enabled, like I mentioned earlier as well. And it looks like some drivers have... Oh! That was Liam, who has spun around at turn 2. So we already had 2 spinners come around, and that was Denzo and Liam. Lucky's already out of DRS range from Rick, so 1.1 seconds is the gap. He does not have DRS to kind of get the Williams ahead of him. Clarky right now showing some good pace, trying to build up that gap, and he's building more of that gap as we speak. And I think we're starting to see some groups form just a little bit as well. There's Boys, the guy that's in danger right now, being relegated. Right now trying to hold off Sean as much as he possibly can. Oh god, well I love that. The revving fix. Gotta love that. But anyway, pretty much, looks like we're having a little bit of a DRS train from the way it looks. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Sean and Woods. A little bit more of a lockup there from Sean to run into the back of the Red Bull. No damage from the way it looks, which is good news. Meanwhile, let's go up to the front as Slot, not too far away, as Denzo, the champion, gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and damage to Seagy. Oh, that's big damage. Big damage. Went too wide out of turn 10, and has not only lost his end plate, but he's also lost the flap as well, and gets a 3-second time penalty for good measure as well. Unfortunately, he'll have to go into the pit lane for a brand new front wing, and he's going to lose a position because of this. And now Cowie also a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. So, we got 4 drivers that have got 3-second time penalties for multiple warnings. Sigi on 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And we have yellows. Sigi retired from the race. So that's not going to help him defending trying to at least hold off a second place in the championship. So that's unfortunate for the Haas. Retires after 4 laps of the race. And we have a virtual safety car that has been deployed. And what is it for? Oh, it's Woods. He's out of the race. Wait. Oh my. How did he end up with two tires gone? He's lost 2 of his rear tires. How did he do that? That's a very bizarre accident to have, where you lose your rear tires. Not one, but both of them. That's very bizarre. But also, Clarky is caught up to the lap car of Liam as well. Yeah, we are under VSC conditions. So Woods being crashed out, so that's also not going to help him in the fight to get out of the relegation zone. And we are back under green flag, and 1.9 seconds now. He gets a good jump out of that. 2 seconds now between him and Rick Dalton. And F1 Ford now has 6 seconds of time penalties there for multiple warnings. So more unfortunate events continue for the AlphaTauri driver. Well, right behind Cowie and Sean Ballin out for 4th place. And then you can see F1 4th, and then now see not too far away as well. Ballin out for 4th place. Some of these drivers are going to have to pray for safety cars, obviously, to get anywhere to get back into contention. We're right on board with the Racing Points. Turns 11 and 12. Not did a good run out of there. Nowsy also now gets a 3-second time penalty. That's a 6-second penalty. 6 seconds worth of penalties against him now. Oh yeah, also, if you know a cool feature, I can now see how many penalties all the drivers have, if they do get penalties. I'm just not showing it just because I can know on the top of my head. But anyway, yeah, I think we only got, it's the battle for 4th place between Cowie, Sean, F1, and Park. And then we have Nowsy just not too far away, but he's kind of dropped back just a little bit. I think out of making a mistake there in the 3rd sector. Oh, a little bit of grass rub there from Nowsy. Nowsy all over the back of the Racing Point, and Rick Dalton gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings, so that's not going to help him out. He wants to pull off Sloth, the final podium position. Rick Dalton is only 2.7 seconds away from Clarky. He is a little bit too far back. Clarky showing himself amazing pace at the very moment. Right on board right now with Bart. That might be a warning there. He did cut a lot of that corner. And Sean is also out of ERS. Maybe this could be a time for Clark to pounce for 5th place, if he can, ahead of that Racing Point. Yellows in sector 1. Oh, it's a Ferrari. What was that? Oh, it's Liam going very slowly. He's playing by the slow traffic. Anyway, here comes Barth. What can he do? Can he try to get by the Racing Point? Does not. He does not have enough space. Remember, the top two are on the medium compound tires. The guys from 3rd to 5th are on the soft compound tires, but the runners in 5th and 6th, or 6th and 7th, I should say, are on the medium. And now 8th, as Dan Murphy is also involved as well. Dan Murphy, who started from the back of the grid, is up in the 8th place, so he's doing a very stellar job. Idenzo, the champion, gets another penalty against him. 6 seconds added to his name. He's not having himself a very good race at all. Well, here comes Barth. Here he comes. He's going to try to go around the outside of that Racing Point. Does he have enough? Yes, he gets him into turn 13. And he gets up into 5th place ahead of the Racing Point. Meanwhile, there's Nalsi right there, right behind that Racing Point. I think that Racing Point is struggling a little bit under the soft compound tires. As into the pits also goes Sloth. Jay Bradfield, a 5-second time penalty for clear cutting. And onto the hard compound tires goes Sloth. So he's going to try to carry those tires to the end of the race. And meanwhile, here comes Nalsi on the inside into turn 3. Does he get under braking? Oh, it's a little bit close, but he's a little bit too tight. Good defensive moves by Sean, but he's going to try to fight him back if he can. Nalsi all over the back of that Racing Point. He is touching the rear diffuser of that Racing Point. I don't think he's got quite enough to get by him at the moment. Well, that's allowing Barth to slip away just a little bit. Towards the far side of the lane. Miss. Max gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Matt Curley right now running in 10th place. I'm guessing right now is probably the pit window of the softener if we want to go onto the hards for one-stop strategy or even a two-stop. But here comes Nalsi down to the inside of the Racing Point. I think he's gone there. Yes, he does. Just like Bart did a lap ago. Takes him into turn 13 and moves up into 5th place. Softs are starting to cry a little bit, and yeah, there goes Cowie into the pits. Soon to go to the end of the race. Sean stays out, so that's going to be interesting. So he's the only front runner on the Softs at the moment. Jay Story gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Meanwhile, a little bit of a notice in the gap between Clark and Rick. At one point, it was 3.4 seconds, and now it's at 1.5 seconds. So I wonder if Clarky may have made a mistake or something along the process, but we'll have to check on that a little bit soon. But meanwhile, back to 5th place as the Racing Point of Sean is under pressure now from the Mercedes of Dan Murphy. Oh yeah, you can see that gap is close. Does he have damage? I think he does. Yeah, he does have damage. No wonder why he's lost a lot of ground. So Rick Dalton could have a chance to take the lead of the race. I wonder what happened. Yeah, he's missing the right end plate, so he's struggling to turn that car. Yeah, now he's going to have to go to the pits, so that means Rick Dalton takes the lead of the race. Interesting circumstances there. Clarky, who had a stellar qualifying session, is going to have to relegate himself into down near maybe the bottom top 10. So Rick Dalton takes the lead, and I think someone's crashed. Yeah, Swanshank. Turn 12 once again. A lot of drivers have been making mistakes out of that corner. It's very easy to do so. Rick Dalton right now has a comfortable 6.3 second margin between him and F1 Mark. Also, I want to take a look and see how many positions that everyone's gained through this time. And yeah, look at F1 Mark though, has gained 10 positions since the opening lap. So he started from 12th and has moved to 2nd. And keep in mind, too, he's on a fresher set of medium compound tires compared to the top two were at the start of the race. Dan Murphy, moving up 15 places, who's starting 19th on the grid, is in 4th. So he's doing absolutely superior at the moment. But yeah, the biggest loser out of this is Clarky. Even though he was leading for a while, he's moved himself down to 10th because of that wing change. Meanwhile, he's going to go around that McLaren of Sloth up into 9th place. And now he's going to try to get by Cowie. And interestingly enough, he's on the soft compound tire. I was expecting to go to the hards to go to the end of the race. But he's going to have to make another extra pit stop. Meanwhile, he's got Cowie in his sights. I think he should be able to overtake him very easily before turn 1, and he does. So, he will take 8th place. Yeah, if you're Clarky, though, you have to be absolutely fuming by how much of a gap he built. Had a 3.5 second gap on lap 5, I believe it was, to get relegated all the way down to 8. And not to mention, he had the best qualifying lap I've probably ever seen in league racing here in this track. And I actually not joking about that either. F1 Clark gets a 6 seconds added to his name. I believe that's 6. Yeah. No, it's 9 seconds. So he's got 9 seconds worth of time penalties against him. So at this rate, he could actually lose not only 2nd, he could go down to 3rd, he could possibly go down to 4th as well. Meanwhile, Idenzo moves himself to 5th as Sirius Mushroom goes into the pit lane. Let's see what he puts on. He's probably going to have to put on the hard tires. No way he can go to the end of the mediums. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. So he puts on a fresh set of medium compound tires. And we'll hopefully try to carry that to the end of the race. Now, if you remember, though, on the pit strategy for the medium runners, I think it said lap 15 to 19, it said, that you want to go from the mediums to the hards. I honestly would think that lap 15 would probably be the best way to do it. Yeah, Rick Dalton right now has a very, very comfortable margin. Nalzi, though, has closed in quite a lot on F1 Park. As Denzo now has 9 seconds of penalties against him now, so I think that might be him showing his frustration a little bit since he got involved in the crash in the opening laps. Nalzi's all over that back of that Alpha Tower. He's got DRS. Oh, and the intervals have screwed up because someone was redoing it. Looks like me very close to shadow. And that's, well, that's probably just him having some connection issues, I'm assuming. Maybe. Anyway, 1.1 seconds is the gap right now between Nalzi and 4th at the very moment. See all the blue flags being waved still from Shadow. Because right now he's one of the lap cars, I think along with Liam, but also a lap car as well. Second is the gap, now 9/10. What will it be once he gets to the DRS protection zone? Does he have a get? Yep, he's got DRS to help him out. So with DRS-A to help him out, rear wing wide's open from the letterbox, but he does not get close enough. He has closed that gap a little bit more by 2/10. So he has to try his best to keep within pace of that Alpha Tower. He does have to keep within 6 seconds between him and Clark, because remember he has 9 seconds of time penalties up in Clark has. And not to mention too, Nowsy also has a lot of ERS at his disposal, so that's also helped him out as well to at least do very well in the ERS management side of things. I think that's it really about what's going on at the moment, but let's see what's going on with the Renos. Jake Bradfield, Jake Wilson, two admins fighting out right now for 12th place. Actually, I'll take that. We'll have to go back with them later, but looks like now he's got a lot closer. Swanshanks gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I think that's now 9 against him as well. We'll ride forward with the Red Bull. Another Honda-powered engine. Clarky gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Nowsy right now not too close to that Alpha Tower at the moment. He has to stay back just a little bit. And there you can see also Dan Murphy in the background. He's not too far away either, but he's 2.5 seconds back from the Red Bull. Remember, we have a pause in action. I'll give you a little bit of a chat about the constructor side of things. But anyway, Nowsy with DRS down the main straight. Does he have enough? No, he does not. He might have got compromised over that exit speed because of the dirty air. So he lost maybe a little bit of time. So he's going to send it down the inside. No, he does not. He thought about it for a quick moment. Still very close. 2/10 right now is over between Farth and Nowsy. I think Nowsy just wants to try to get by him as much as he can, but that's also allowing Dalton just pull away just a little bit more, as it's now an 8.8 second gap between him and F1 Farth. And Dan Murphy's kind of closed a little bit, not too much though, but just a little bit with these two battling at the moment. Right on board still with the Red Bull. Farth had a little bit of a bad exit there, got a little bit loose, going very wide out of the corner. Still not close enough though. I think Farth just has a little bit more straight line speed than Nowsy does, even though Nowsy's not using any of his ERS. Swanshanks has got 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane. Here we go, DRS open, and he's got the ERS now in full force, so he's going to try to go, he's going to breeze past the Alpha Tower, and he does breeze past the Alpha Tower into second place. And we'll have more DRS on the map as well to pull away from that Alpha Tower, so. But we have yet to see the top 5 even get into the pits. We are right now at lap 17 of this race. I would have thought they should come in a little bit sooner. Maybe they're just thinking about going to the softs. I think that's what they're thinking of doing. Maybe go to the end on that. I think you can go 9 laps on the softs if you manage your tires very well. Meanwhile, we'll follow along with Serious Mushroom to battle with Tango for a top 10 position. Let's take a look at the penalty situation now. He's only got 3 seconds, Tango does. The most is Swanshanks, who has 14 seconds with the penalties. He's not doing very well in terms of penalty management. Serious Mushroom right down over the back of Tango in the McLaren. A little bit of a bad exit, I think. Compromised him a little bit there for Mushroom. Clarky. I have not paid too much attention to him since he got in that incident, but apparently he moved up into 4th. But I don't think he's going to go to the very end on those softs. That's going to be a very, very risky strategy. Cowie and Sloth get ahead of Farth and Denzo as they go into the pits for a new pair of soft tires. And Farth comes out ahead of Serious Mushroom, but Denzo comes out behind him. And he has to deal with him. So the top 3 have yet to pit. Clarky has actually now just got ahead of Dan Murphy now. So he's really trying to push here. So actually at this rate, because I think you lose, if I remember correctly, I think you lose about 22 seconds into the pit lane. Clarky could be in line to actually get back the lead. But how long will those tires last, though, is the question. That's the only thing you're going to have to think about. Meanwhile, here's F1 Clark all over back of Sean. Yeah, there's Rick Dalton going to pits. And so Clarky takes the lead of the race. Nowsy goes in for softs, and so does Rick Dalton. But they have brand new set of soft tires. Bowie is on the hard, so he'll be hunted down by Rick Dalton, but we're gonna see how this goes. Clarky's on 8-lap-old softs. So he's gonna have to try his very best to at least maintain those tires till the end. I mean, can they carry for at least 18 laps? That's the only thing I don't know. Meanwhile, oh, Denzo's got a collision and resets himself. Well, that's gonna be a little bit of trouble there. He's not allowed to do that. But yeah, there was a spin. He got a little bit of collision with Nelsy and reset himself to circuit. Yeah, you're obviously not allowed to do that. So you might be in trouble by the steward for the next race if they take a look at it. Look at this string. But yeah, I've every league race I've done and commentated, you're not allowed to do that. Meanwhile, Rick Dalton is 2.4 seconds from Cowie. Nowsy all over the back of Sean. And Jay Brown with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, equally Nowsy all over the back of that Racing Point. I think he should be able to breathe faster. F1 Clark sets the new fast lap of the race. Nowsy gets ahead of. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, Clarky has got a new set of softs. So Cowie takes the lead, but he's got Rick Dalton hunting him down with those brand new set of softs. And he can go to the end of those times, to the end of the race. And Sloth has pressure from Farth, as they are not too far away from each other either. Clarky comes out behind Sean. Yeah, if he probably wouldn't have had that incident on the opening laps, I think Clarky would have been inclined to win the race. Right now as it stands, I feel like this race is all locked up for Rick Dalton. Unless something happens. Meanwhile, here goes Clarky on the inside of Sean. Gets by for position 6, but then you've got also the other Racing Point, the champion, Idenzo, right behind him in 8th place. What on earth will happen here? Obviously, Team Wars will have to come into effect. There's no championship fight to have anymore, but anyway, here he comes. Idenzo also sets the fastest lap of the race and gets by his teammate, but goes way too deep into the grass, and he loses the position to his teammate. A little bit too eager there, a little bit too deep in the brakes. Cost him not only a position, but time as well, between him and Clark. Oh, dearie me. But anyway, there is Rick Dalton all over Cowie. 4/10 separate between him and the Ferrari. It's Mercedes versus Ferrari. Another penalty for Cowie. 6 seconds of penalties, I believe that is. But Rick Dalton trying to get by the Ferrari. Cowie trying to defend as much as he can against the Mercedes. Of course, this would be like the typical rivalry we would see in this turbo hybrid era, but we haven't seen that too much in 2020. But we're seeing it right now unfold. Rick Dalton's going to go over the inside, and I think he'll take the lead, and he does take the lead back. So Rick Dalton, for the second time, takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix ahead of Cowie. Now Cowie's going to have to try to not only build a gap, but also to not get any penalties. He's got 12 seconds, so he has to build a 6-second gap. That's a little bit of a tall order, especially with all those hard tires, and farthest on the softs. And then to add to his woes, Sloth doesn't even have a penalty. So, I wonder, hold on. So let's see, Rick Dalton has 3, Cowie has 6, and Farth has 12. So actually at this rate, Sloth would be provisional second place. Oh, yellow's, we've got, looks like a Haas, I think, slowing down. Yeah, that was Chase Story. Might have been led by lap cars. But, yeah, no, Sloth could actually get into second place if he maintains this gap. Meanwhile, Swanstings gets another penalty against him. He's not doing too kind on those penalties. So the standing would be Rick Dalton first, Sloth in second, and Cowie in third. I think. Actually, no, I would take that back. Yeah, no, I do. No, I'm right on that. No, it would. That's how it would be. We have only like 7 more laps left in this race. It feels like it's gone quick, I'll be honest. We've got Sloth and Nowsy battling out right now for 10th place. Nowsy on those fresh set of softs and Sloth on those hard compound tires. I don't think those hard tires have come alive just quite yet, so he's gonna be struggling for grip. At least get hold off that Red Bull that has the soft compound tires on him. You see how Den's up in the background as well. He's going to be closing a little bit. We'll have a lot of good exit speed coming out of this corner. Jake Bradford with a 3-second penalty. But let's go see what Dan Murphy's up to. He's battling with Sean for 8th place. Sloth is trying to do the best he can to at least hold him off, but also, oh well, here comes the battle for third as Clarkie is getting closer to F1 car. So right now he would be in set for a provisional third. And yeah, he is definitely pushing as well. You can definitely tell with the brand new set of soft compound tires. Alright, we'll see what Clarkie can do. A little bit too far back, so can't really do much of anything at the moment. With DRS again, down the outside, and I think he's got him cleared. So Clarkie up into third. Now he just has to chase down Cowie, who's in second on those hard tires. So can he do that with 5 more laps remaining into the race? Right now sitting first. Let me look again on the penalty situation. So Rick Dalton, is in a comfortable position to at least finish in first because Cowie's got 6 seconds and Clarkie's got 3. The only thing he has to do is just hold them off. That's all he's got to do, and also maintain the pace. F1 has definitely dropped back a lot. He wouldn't be in line for a podium anyway, as he's got 12 seconds worth of time penalty, so that's definitely another factor into it as well. And Clarky, oh, well, there's more added to the woes. A 6 seconds. Is 6 seconds of time penalties for now multiple warnings. But I think he's still aligned to at least finish in third, unless he gets another like 3 more penalties against him. Then yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a tall order. But oh, a safety car's been deployed. Whoa. What? Dave Bradfield's crashed. It didn't pop up for me earlier, apparently, but Jay Bradfield crashed it during 12, so a safety car has been deployed, so wow, so this has definitely brought everything wide open. So we're going to see at least a 2-lap shootout from the way it looks. Max gets a 5-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. I wonder though if it will allow the lap cars to at least get it. Yeah. So safety cars laying by. Wow, so a safety car has been deployed, so this is definitely going to be sorry about that. I just had a little bit of a... just had something. And talk to me for a bit. I had to mute myself for a bit. But anyway. Sorry for that little bit of silence. But anyway. Yeah, so... I think we could see the safety car come in this lap. Obviously, with the 2-lap shootout. Yep, there you go. Safety car's coming very quickly. And yeah, obviously you can see that not everyone's jammed up. Oh, Jake Wilson, a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So, he's been going a little bit too high on the delta. So, alright, so the situation is this. Rick Dalton is actually in line to win the race, because he's got less penalties than Cowie and Clarky does. I think Nowzy is in the same boat as Rick, so he can actually jump Clarky and Cowie. Denzo and Farth won't, because they have 12 seconds worth of time penalties, so they probably could lose a lot. Anyway, here we go. The safety car restart and 2 more laps to go into the race. So it's Rick Dalton from Cowie to Clarky as your top 3, from Nowzy, Denzo as your top 5. And meanwhile, Clarky all over the back of him. Clark gets another penalty. Here comes Clarkey on the outside. Does he make the move around the Ferrari? No, he does not. Oh, but Clarkey locks up. He parks the car in front of him. That's also going to allow a little bit of a run for Nelsey. But he doesn't even get the move done. Cowie locked up, parked his car from going deep, and that allowed Clarkey to actually stay behind him. So he couldn't make the move done. And unfortunately, he's also lost 2 seconds of Rick Dalton, so any chance of getting the win is possibly up in smoke. And also to mention, too, there's no DRS. No DRS on the remaining lap, so this is just all or nothing with no assistance. Cowie gets a 3-second time penalty, so now it's even game. It's just even game between these two. What can Clarkey gonna do? He's gonna go to the inside. No, he's not. Here comes Denzo on the inside. I think he's gonna get by the AlphaTauri. Yeah, I think no, his whole position. I think he was trying to defend the AlphaTauri. Apologies. More contact between Clarkey and Cowie. Clarkey's getting a little bit more impatient here. And we got yellow flags. Jake Wilson's out of the race. Crashed in the same corner his teammate did. Final lap. Rick Dalton, 2.4 seconds up from Cowie. Clarkey trying to get second place away from Cowie. He's also got Nowsley right behind him. I think the situation, if I remember correctly, is that they have 3 seconds, so they could possibly jump. He needs to build that 3-second gap if he can. Otherwise, Clarkey is going to lose out being on the podium. But also to keep in mind, too, Sloth is also in line to get maybe a podium as well. But we'll see where the penalties go. We have yellows. Mercedes and McLaren. I think that's, yeah, Dan Murphy is out of the race. He has retired. So Rick Dalton, 2 seconds from the Ferrari. Cowie right behind him. And he has got Clarkey all over the back of him. Like I said, no DRS to help him out. He's going to use every single bit of overtaking he can to get by, but Cowie's just doing the best he absolutely can to defend against the Williams. He's doing a fantastic job of it so far. A little bit question though what happened in turn 3 and the lap ago, but it doesn't matter because of the front of the foul corner. Rick Dalton will come across the line and win the Australian Grand Prix for the Mercedes. Oh, Clarkey's out! Clarkey's out! He crashed to the foul corner! So Sean, TG Sean has taken second and Nelsey takes third. Unbelievable! What an unbelievable finish! Sean gets second, Nelsey gets third. Cowie finishes in fourth because of penalties. And Serious Mushroom completes the top 5. Denzo, after having an abysmal start, goes up into 6th place. A good recovery drive, though, nonetheless, from the Racing Point and the champion. But his teammate helps out gain the podium for sure. And the driver of the day goes to Serious Mushroom. If I remember, he started from near the back of the grid as well. So tip my hat off to the Alfa Romeo driver. But Rick Dalton in the Mercedes takes the victory here in Melbourne. Absolutely incredible. Last couple of laps, for sure. The champagnes come out. Rain all over the paddock of Melbourne. But what an absolutely amazing couple of laps. A safety car caused by Jay Bradfield at turn 12. Pretty much where everyone had a lot of their mistakes. But he gets the victory here in Melbourne with TG Sean finishing in 2nd place. Nowsley, who started from 11th on the grid, finishes in 3rd. Absolutely brilliant racing there. Cowie finishes in 4th and Serious Mushroom in 5th. Light Denzo in 6th. F1 4th in 7th. Tango in 8th. Menace Max in 9th. And Jay Story, a good race for him, finishes in 10th, but I don't know if it's going to help him too much in the driver standings. And then Clarkey, I Am Sloth, Dan Murphy, Swanshanks, Shaza, Jake Wilson, Jay Bradfield, Woods, and Siege round off the rest. And then I forgot to mention about the constructors. So I think that race might have clinched Racing Point I think they clinched the constructors, so I think Racing Point have got the constructors championship. So thanks to Denzo finishing in 6th and his teammate getting 2nd, I think that's the constructor side for Racing Point to get the championship. But what an absolutely brilliant race. Overall, that was absolutely epic. Wow. But anyway, I think that'll wrap it up. I won't be in the commentary booth for next week. Jake will be doing the last race for the Zandvoort. That is the final race for the Premier League and also for the championship as well. As that also, I think, is still going on, is the decider. But, yeah, what a race. Overall, that was absolutely amazing. But yeah, congratulations to Rick Dalton. I don't know how many wins he's got, but if this is his first, congratulations to him. That was an absolutely amazing race they pulled off. Did not let that safety car phase him at all. And yeah, just absolutely amazing. So yeah, I probably will be back, but I will be back on track, not in the commentary booth. My name is Katie1997. Thank you for watching today's race, and have a good rest of your night.